Every day, people watch over 1 billion hours of YouTube videos. But here's the twist. A huge chunk of that time is spent learning. YouTube has quietly become the world's largest classroom, where anyone can satisfy their curiosity instantly and for free. Gone are the days when learning was locked behind classroom doors or expensive textbooks. Now a student in a remote village can learn from top professors, and anyone can pick up new skills at their own pace. Channels on science, history, math and art have millions of subscribers. Active communities that ask questions, suggest topics and even correct creators. This isn't just passive watching, it's a two-way conversation that traditional education often struggles to achieve. The line between teacher and student blurs, creating a collaborative space where everyone learns together. Welcome to the new era of education, open, interactive, and driven by a shared passion for understanding the world. Our story begins in the hushed corners of a university library where the air is thick with concentration and the quiet rustle of pages turning. Here, a group of friends, who would soon become the founders, noticed a problem that seemed to affect everyone around them. Bright, motivated students were struggling to keep up with dense textbooks and the relentless pace of lectures. They were learning just enough to pass exams, but not truly understanding the material. The real issue wasn't a lack of effort or intelligence. It was the rigid, one-size-fits-all approach to learning that left little room for different learning styles. If you missed a key point in class or didn't connect with the textbook's explanations, you were left behind, often with no way to catch up. The founders realized that this pressure and anxiety was a shared experience, quietly endured by almost every student they knew. One evening, while searching for help, a founder stumbled upon a YouTube video that explained a tough concept using simple animations and clear, relatable language. Suddenly, what had seemed confusing and overwhelming in the textbook became obvious in just a few minutes. Excited, they shared the video with friends, and the reaction was unanimous. Why can't all learning be this clear, this engaging, this accessible? That simple question sparked a powerful idea. What if they could make learning videos themselves, tailored to the struggles they and their peers faced? They weren't expert teachers or professional filmmakers, just students who understood the struggle from the inside. Their mission became clear: break down tough subjects into simple visual explanations that anyone could understand, no matter their background. They decided to create the videos they wished they'd had, and post them on YouTube for free, so no one would have to struggle alone. With this, anyone, anywhere in the world could get the help they needed, at their own pace and in their own way. It was a simple idea, born from frustration, but it would go on to change their lives, and eventually the lives of millions of others. The journey from confusion and struggle to inspiration and understanding had truly begun, and it all started with a single, clear explanation, and the courage to share it with the world. With a mission in mind, the founders faced their first challenge, making a video with no experience or equipment. They had a vision but lacked the tools and know-how to bring it to life. Their studio, a cramped dorm room filled with textbooks and scattered notes. Their camera, an old smartphone on a stack of books balanced precariously. Lighting was a desk lamp and the mic was built in. It was far from professional, but it was all they had. They picked a tough physics topic and started filming, awkwardly at first. Every mistake was a learning opportunity. Hours went into scripting, drawing diagrams, and redoing takes. They were determined to get it right. Explaining on camera was harder than expected. They had to be concise, energetic, and clear. It was a new skill they had to master. After many failed attempts, they finally finished their first video. The sense of accomplishment was immense. It wasn't perfect. The editing was basic, the audio echoed, but the explanation was solid. They knew they had something valuable. Nervously, they uploaded it to YouTube and shared it with friends and student forums. The wait for feedback was nerve-wracking. The response was immediate, views climbed, and grateful comments poured in. They were overwhelmed by the positive reception. "You explained this better than my professor," one student wrote. It was the validation they needed. Each message confirmed they were meeting a real need. Their hard work was paying off. Their simple homemade video was making a difference. It was a small but significant victory. That early success fueled them to keep going. They were more motivated than ever. They had a long way to go, but the hardest part, starting, was behind them. They were ready for the journey ahead. The journey had truly begun. They were just getting started. The first videos proved the idea worked, but the founders quickly realized they couldn't do it alone. Demand for new topics grew, and so did the need for diverse expertise. They recruited friends who excelled in other subjects to help write scripts and fact-check. One founder learned video editing, another tackled sound engineering. Every bit of ad revenue went into better equipment, a new camera, lights, a real microphone. The biggest leap came when they partnered with teachers and professors. These educators offered advice, helped structure lessons, and even appeared in videos. The team evolved from a few friends to a dedicated group of writers, editors, and experts. Weekly meetings became the norm. Brainstorming ideas, reviewing scripts, planning shoots. They built a workflow, turning rough concepts into polished videos. All this while still being full-time students. Their growing team was the engine behind their transformation from a dorm room project to an educational powerhouse. Building a YouTube channel wasn't easy. It was a roller coaster of setbacks and breakthroughs, filled with moments of doubt and unexpected triumphs. Every step forward seemed to come with its own set of challenges, testing their patience and determination. Technical glitches were constant, cameras failed at the worst times, files corrupted without warning, and sometimes entire days of footage simply vanished. Each technical issue felt like a personal setback, threatening to undo hours of hard work. They quickly learned the value of backups and always having a plan B. Redundancy became their safety net, and every project was saved in multiple places to avoid disaster. Creative blocks hit hard. Sometimes they'd spend weeks on a video that barely got views. The frustration of pouring heart and soul into content that didn't resonate was discouraging, making it difficult to stay motivated. They learned to listen to their audience, balancing their own passion with what viewers wanted to see. Adapting to feedback became a crucial part of their creative process. Feedback was a double-edged sword. Praise motivated them to keep going, but criticism stung and sometimes lingered in their minds, yet both were necessary for growth. Over time, they learned to separate helpful feedback from noise, correcting mistakes and re-uploading videos when needed. Each revision was a step toward improvement, not failure. Burnout was real. Balancing studies, personal life, and channel work led to late nights, exhaustion, and moments of questioning if it was all worth it. They had to set boundaries, manage their time wisely, and lean on each other for support. Teamwork and friendship became their anchor during the toughest times. Through every storm, their mission to help struggling students kept them going. The purpose behind their work gave them strength to push through obstacles. Each challenge taught them resilience and adaptability, skills that would serve them far beyond YouTube. The journey was tough, but the impact made it worth it. They grew stronger together, and every small victory fueled their passion to keep going. And the channel kept growing, a testament to their perseverance and the community they built along the way. The team's hard work paid off in ways they never imagined. Subscribers soared from thousands to millions, and their videos reached viewers worldwide. The real impact was in the stories: students passing exams, adults changing careers, retirees discovering new passions, their inbox filled with messages of gratitude from every corner of the globe. Teachers began using their videos in classrooms, making lessons more engaging. Educators thanked them for creating resources that made teaching easier. They were invited to conferences and partnered with schools and non-profits. Their content reached underserved communities and even appeared in museums. They weren't just YouTube creators anymore. They were a trusted educational institution. What started as a project to help classmates became a global movement. They empowered people to take control of their learning. The ripple effect was massive. Millions inspired to fall in love with learning. Their reach extended far beyond what they'd ever dreamed, and their mission kept expanding. As their channel grew, the team saw YouTube's limits for structured learning. Viewers struggled to find the next video in a series, and distractions were everywhere. The team dreamed bigger, a dedicated learning platform built from scratch. They envisioned a website, an app, a true digital school with clear learning paths and all the tools students needed. Months went into planning, designing and organizing content into logical, course-like playlists. They hired developers, invested their earnings, and even sought outside funding. It was a leap into the world of EdTech, but they were driven by their mission. They weren't just making videos anymore. They were building a complete learning ecosystem. This was the next step in their journey. The new platform was more than a video library, it was an interactive learning environment. Structured playlists guided students from basics to advanced topics, removing guesswork. Each video came with summaries and clear learning objectives. Quizzes after each video offered instant feedback, helping students check their understanding. A dedicated Q&A section let students ask questions and get detailed answers from the team and community. Personalized tools let users track progress, bookmark videos, and take time-stamped notes. The platform fostered peer-to-peer learning and support. It adapted to each learner's pace and style. The team's vision was realized, a tool that empowered students to own their education. It was the culmination of their journey, engaging content powered by purpose-built technology. From a dorm room to a global platform, this team's journey shows how education is being transformed. They didn't set out to build an empire just to solve a problem for themselves and their friends. Now millions find learning accessible, engaging, and less intimidating. Teachers have new tools and students everywhere can learn for free. The team's story proves that a few passionate people can change the world. Their mission continues, making learning accessible and enjoyable for all. They're exploring new tech, expanding subjects, and reaching learners of all ages. The revolution in education is just beginning. Countless other creators are joining in, building a brighter, more informed future. There's always more to learn, and the next amazing story is just a click away.